Hello world! Hopefully. I think that's the beep of Nomad has gone live. I've just heard on my phone. Hello everyone, welcome to a Nomad stream. I don't think there's any adjectives to go in there. Haha. Hey Frichi. So we've got a special stream today, because not only are we streaming the Woodland beta, but we'll be also playing the brand new Woodsman character, which has come out today on Steam and on Android. To preempt some of the questions for the 4 people that are here, I assume there's going to be more questions after. It's going to be the same question from different people later. Yes, it will be on iOS soon. We had some issues with iOS submission. We're resubmitting. Hopefully it'll pass tonight and we can get it out tomorrow when we're in the office. And also, if it's not arrived in your season pass yet, that's because the Steam system can be a bit slow to push the information through to all parts of the app. So it will be there soon if you don't already have it. But if you have the season pass, yes, you will get the Woodsman. That's about it. Have we got anyone with us today? Is anyone up for a game? Anyone fancy a game of Talisman? You get a black screen on what, Frichi? On the stream? On Talisman? I think we're missing Chesh tonight. I think she said... I'm sure she said that she couldn't make this stream. Which means we've not got our resident overpowered player. I'm watching myself on Twitch. Let's refresh and see what happens. Oh. I was watching myself on Twitch. Boo Twitch. youtube.com/talisman. I think we're Talisman Digital. Are we Talisman Digital? I'm sure we're youtube.com/talisman digital. We'll keep checking in on Twitch. You see me on Twitch. Maybe it's back up. Everyone hit F5. Although, if you can't see me, you don't know that. Let's go to Twitch. Refresh. No, Shoshin. Apparently it's just you. You're the only one that can see us. We're looking good on YouTube. Go Twitch. You are the chosen one, the special one. Now live. Wonderful. Anyone makes it from Twitch to YouTube, I should be typing this. If no, can anyone hear me? Is it just a black screen you're getting? Right, you're viewing on the Android app, so maybe it's the browser that's having the problems. Anyway, the show must go on. Everyone, get on YouTube. Oh. A bit of the overlay on Twitch has just come back. Javi. Hola. I'd say we're having some technical issues, but we're not Twitchers, so we stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time because we got skills. What I'm going to do whilst we wait is I'm going to open up a game. This is on the beta branch, so only beta players will be able to join us today. But what we're going to do is we're going to showcase the Woodland whilst playing as the Woodsman. So that's everything off except the Woodland. People can choose from the Woodland pool. We'll have a nice revealed ending. Apparently we can only play War of Seasons. Let's go for that. And then we want no respawn. If you're out, you're out. People can choose characters because I want to play as the Woodsman. No more lives. You can replace quests. And online timeout 60 seconds. We'll default Dark Fate and Fate Bound. Spellcasting Dark Fate 5 seconds seems reasonable. Yay! Thanks, Bish. Is that the season pass on Steam or the season pass on mobile? Because we have just introduced a season pass on mobile. You want Deep Realms on as well? Okay. That is also in development. Which means we're going to need the dungeon on. We're going to need the city on. And we have the Deep Realms on as well. Shoshin, you're the only one. But every time I refresh, I lose the chat as well. Hey, Sika. Yep, don't forget, Bish, if you do get the season pass on mobile and you get an Android phone or you have it on Steam with your Raspberry account, that season pass can transfer between the devices. Ooh, I need to pick my character. Woodsman! You begin the game with an axe from the purchase deck. If you lose the axe, you may take one from the purchase deck for free if you visit the forest. It's kind of like a Dread Knight with an axe. You may add 1 to your attack score when you use a weapon that has the word axe in its title. Whenever you land on the woods, you may draw 2 adventure cards instead of 1. But you must encounter both cards. I like it, I like drawing more things. If there is a card already on the woods, when you land there, you may draw a second card, but you must encounter both cards. You may add 1 to your die roll in the forest, so that's a 33% chance of getting +1 to your strength, I think? Or do you get a craft from the forest? Yeah, I think it's a strength battle in the forest and you gain a craft. And it's a craft battle and you gain a strength in the crags. So 33% of chance of getting +1 to your whatchamacallit? Craft. Animals will not attack you, although you may choose to attack them. Not a bad character at all. Hey, games researcher. Oh, random guy. Couldn't have that name because it's so. Oh. Hey, Concursus. Hey, Steve Nash. Oh, is Twitch back up? Refresh. Hey! Hello, Twitch. Right, I've now got Twitch chat, we've got YouTube, watch wherever you like, but the giveaways, which can include the Woodsman if you would like it, if you don't have the season pass, we'll be giving 3 things away during the stream, and that you can win them via Twitch. The way you enter is by leaving a comment in the Twitch chat, and it's as simple as that. Your comment goes into a magic hat, and at some point I will draw names out of the magic hat, and that's that. You could be a winner. So at the moment we have a game open on the beta branch. It's just an open table, no special passcodes today for a private game. If you see my game as Fommelhort, you are welcome to join us. Hey Valcard! Hello Decimus! Shoshin, we've been changing between streaming from the beta branch and streaming from the live version. At some point, I think next week we're doing Fighting Fantasy Legends. The week after that we could do a stream from the live build, and that means you can join it if you want. Hola, Nachos! How'd you say, how are you? Como estías? Is that right? Something like that. Or is that I love you? English. How are you? Spanish. Como estás? Oh, it's not como? Is that what the little accent over the O does? Does it give it that O noise? Instead of that O. Oh, we're already into language and we've only just started. How good's my Spanish? Right, how many people are joining us today? We've still got 3 spare seats. What time are we on? We're on 12 minutes past 8 here in the UK. You've got 3 minutes if you would like to join us. Hey, Lemmy! I got no Nomad fam, even though I'm streaming from home. EJ's already gone to bed, and Danny is feeling horrible, so she is also in bed. What I need to do actually is put my headphones on charge, so after this is finished I can go out and catch Pokemon. So whilst I'm doing that, you have 3 minutes to join the lobby. Otherwise, it's going to be Atog, myself, Seeker, and the AI. Hello, Antagram. Thanks for joining us. Wonderful headphones. There we go. It's there on charge. We've got Lemmy. Yeah, it's just me. Lonely old me. Is that it? Is there only 3 of us today? Wow. Right, less people means quicker game, right? Right? I don't want to rush to say that this is going to be a quick game, because I said that right off the bat when we played the base game plus the Highland, and it was one of the longest games we've ever played in a stream. I said it's the Highland. Tips and tricks for the Highland is go straight for the Eagle King, defeat him, get the Arnkel, use the Arnkel to get to the centre, job done. That's tips and tricks for the Highland. 4.5 hours later. That you won. Yeah. No one cares, Atog. We all won. It's Talisman, we're all winners. We got our viewing value for money. But you don't pay anything? What money? I mean, story ends. You sent me that wonderful bottle of chili ketchup. That you're the only person that's on a negative cost at the moment? Is that the right... You're down money for watching us. You're very welcome, Yasun. Is that Lasun? That's an I, isn't it? I'm going for Yasun. Right, that's it. We're starting without anyone else. I've given you an extra minute. Let's go. So here I am. How many? I've got 2 fate. I'm gonna be unbound. Start unbound. Hey, Massup. What am I doing? Oh, putting bets. Betting. Betting on who will win. Farm. A-Tog. Sticker. AI. The AI is actually a legitimate bet today. Multi-betting. Who needs multi-betting? Timer for 10. Give you 15 minutes to get bets in today. Let's go straight into the Woodland. That's why we're here. With the Woodsman in the Woodland. Right, clear path. The way, when rolling for movement, you may roll 2 dice and add them together. When you reach the meeting with Destiny space, move to any space not in the Woodland or in a region. I want a Destiny. If you have lives equal to or greater than your life value, gain a Destiny. Nice. When you reach the meeting with Destiny space, each character must discard all of his spells. If 3 or more spells are discarded, gain a Destiny. We've only got 1 in play. I'm going to go for the Vile path. Just need to not lose any lives. It's not the strongest start. I mean, my strength fight is nice and easy. Oh, cheers, Decimus. That's very nice of you. It's a solid way to start it. I can do this. I can do this. Next roll is going to be at 5. Close. I mean, I'll take a standoff. It's not a loss of life. Right, bet. No brackets on the first number, Lemmy, I think. So it should be like that. Yes. Right. Previously, we have agreed in the stream that push-ups equal 10. I think we said that. Yeah. So I'll do your 10 push-ups. Cheers, Des. One, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, everyone's betting on me. That's a rarity. That's what happens when there's no Chesh. I'm sure A-Tog's won as many streams as I have, if not more. I'm even getting better at exercising. There's this new small game today. Yeah, we had no one who was willing to join us besides A-Tog and Seeker. Part of Danny's university work is she's done research on the aesthetics of gaming, and she came across a study that showed people who game regularly tend to have higher reaction times, higher perception, and they kind of like do problem solving quicker than people who don't game. So gaming's good for your health. It's good for your mind, keeps you sharp. I think I'm on 3 wins, ATOG. Out of a lot of streams. That should be alright. It's a follower to offer up if it comes to it. Yeah, Twitch is having some troubles, Danny. So don't worry too much. So my current goal is to just spam Destiny cards. It's what I hope for, because on the few streams that we've done with the Woodland, in fact the few games that I've played with the Woodland, I've not managed to get any Destiny cards, I think. Yeah, there's a website that I've discovered. Oh, what is the final boss of the forest board? It is... it depends, I think. I'll wait until it's my turn, then I can highlight it. So it is the meeting with Destiny space. So you have here, in between these cards, is Mab's Gate, I think, where you can take on Queen Mab. But if you get to the end, you have to fight Titania or Oberon? I don't know. I have not played this enough to be able to explain what it does. I'm going to do that tomorrow. In work, I'm going to sit down and play a load of Woodland and get to know it. Get to know the cards, the characters, the spaces, the endings, all of the weird little alternative Dark Fate rules that we put in the game. And also I'll highlight the Woodsman again because he's the new character that has gone in today. Now available on PC and Android, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be on iOS. If not, it'll be on iOS shortly. Oh, let me click on another space. Phantom Hound. Oof. Get lucky. Ooh, that's not bad. That's bad. Boo. Atox down to 2 lives already. Face your destiny. Resolve the meeting with the destiny effect on your path card. Then, if you are still on this space, move to the forest. There you go. Hey, I'm highlighting it. Give me a chance. So yeah, it's not a boss when you get to the end. When you enter the forest, you get given a path card. And that path card can say, when you get to the last space on the board, you fight Titania, you fight Oberon, you fight Queen Mab. Or it can have something to resolve, much like a quest. It's this space here that you will fight Queen Mab. Not Mab's Gate, because that's a drawable card. Mab's Lair. Queen Mab has Strength 10 and Craft 10. She adds 3 to her attack score for each destiny you have. If you win, you gain a destiny. ain't too shabby. But my path card that I currently have... Oh, my path card means that I can't heal. Matthew, just in time. And Thong as well. Hi! What do you use a Destiny for? A Destiny is almost like a quest reward. Is that the right word? Yeah, you've got treasures from the dungeon, relics from the Highland, and quest reward from Sacred Pool, I think. Yeah. There's a whole deck full of Destiny cards. If you resolve your Destiny, you get given a Destiny card, and it can give you bonus lives, bonus crafts, bonus strength, resistance to this, resistance to that, extra spells, all that kind of good stuff that you'd hope for. Yeah, I should probably leave. I have the Vile Path. You cannot gain or heal life. When you reach the meeting with Destiny space, if you have lives equal to or greater than your life value, gain a Destiny. As I can't heal, I would need some form of item that would act as giving me health. But as I can't, let's go back. Right, if you roll odds, I need to go counterclockwise. There's odds, that's what I need. Gain light fate, please. Enchanted, lose a turn. No, thank you. Should have lost a turn. Oh. Right, there is an extra number between fate and gold. That is dark fate. That's not destiny. As Danny and Atog are yelling. So dark fate is a mechanic that comes with the Woodland expansion, and that allows you to re-roll someone else's dice. So the way that that works in the flow of the game, you roll your dice for movement or attack or to see what the outcome of the temple is, any dice roll, and it goes, would you like to re-roll it? It gives the player the option to use their fate, as I'm sure you know. What dark fate does is if that player declines and says, no, I'm happy with the result, a player can then use dark fate. So you can't use light fate, then dark fate, but if there's no light fate, you can then steam in with that dark fate. If a player goes to the crags and rolls a 6, and they go, I'm not going to re-roll, why would I? I get 1 extra strength for this. You can go, well, I've got dark fate, you are re-rolling. And that's what that number is. Hey, Susan! Thank you very much for joining us today for our Woodsman in the Woodland stream. So, along with those extra numbers that you get for Dark Fate, a lot of the cards, as you'll see as we go through and play, in the Woodland, have little white symbols and little black symbols on them. So if you have more light fate than dark fate, you are light bound. If you have more dark fate than light fate, you are dark bound, surprisingly. If you have equal amounts of fate, you are unbound. If you have no fate, you are fateless. I'm going to draw an extra card, because I can. Oh. So here we go. The white stag brings luck, both good and bad. So I gain 1 fate, 1 dark fate and gain 1 light fate. Draw 3 woodlands cards and add them to the space. That's a solid card. Ooh. Right. I shouldn't have encountered that. That was a bad move. That I would have lost anyway. I guess. I've got 1 light fate. I could roll a 6. I'm just going to take the loss of life and get out of the woodland. they were good items under that as well. So let's bring the Woodsman up so we can all have a look at him. You begin the game with an axe from the purchase deck. If you lose the axe, you may take one from the purchase deck for free if you visit the forest. You may add 1 to your attack score when you use a weapon that has the word axe in its title. So the Woodsman starts with 4 strength, starts with an axe, and gets a bonus from that axe. He gets 6 strength in combat from the start, essentially. So the way we chose the Woodsman, because we could have worked on the Woodsman, or we could have worked on the Pathfinder, is we put it out to a community vote, and they voted in overwhelming numbers to put the Woodsman first. We did a little dice roll to see if the Pathfinder could overcome the Woodsman. Turns out it couldn't. And I think that is why people wanted the Woodsman, because of that starting 6 strength when attacking. So he's quite a strong character, and the AI, in fact, does really, really well with him. Hey! Right, I am out. So what we have over here, up at the top on the forest, is this web token. So one of the things that the whatchamacallit Spider Queen can do is place web tokens. When another player moves through a space that has a web token, they have to stop in that space. It's very nice of you, Lemmy. There's my Woodsman. Can I... Oh, if I get even closer. It's just the space. So I get +1 to my roll. Oh. What happens if I add? I'm sure it's not meant to work that way. I'll take it though. I guess the Woodsman is more straightforward. I voted on the Pathfinder because he has movement options, and if anyone has watched before, they're the characters I like. I like the Amazon, I like the Black Witch, I like essentially the Dervish, somewhat like the Swashbuckler as well, just because that ability to make extra moves. How do you apply for the beta? Penny Royal, don't worry about ask any questions. If you've got any questions in your head and you think, oh, they've been streaming for ages, everyone's probably heard this already, doesn't matter, ask. There are no stupid questions. To get in the beta, add me on Steam. I will go find my account, so you've got a link straight to it. And add me on Steam. When I accept, which should be quite quickly. Add me on Steam. Send me a message. Let me know why you've added me, because I forget these things. And I shall turn the heating up for my darling wife. One of the magics of being in a nice house. Heat coming your way, darling. Oh, no. Everyone's nearly dead. I think we might be streaming 2 games tonight at this rate. Wow. How to get lives, please. Wow, wow, wow. I've got no fate either. I'm going this way, you know. Worst comes to worst, I have to fight a farmer. Farmer John. Right, gamble and lose 1 gold. In fact, that's probably the worst thing that can happen. Because that gold is how I was going to get lives. Damn it. Yeah, I mean... When did I start the stream? I think it's 16 minutes past, not the stream, the game. We are 20 minutes in. And the AI is about to win. Through mighty attrition. How many rounds in are we? Round 7. I'm sure there's an achievement. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm sure there's an achievement for winning a game within 10 rounds. I did that, I think, within the first week of starting at Nomad. So I didn't know anything about Talisman until I started working for Nomad. And when I came in, they just pretty much sat me and said, go play the game, get to know what the game is. And I was playing online with people, and someone got Basilisk, someone had this happen, someone drew a dragon, then they drew like an ice giant thingy. And yeah, and I won accidentally, like within 4 rounds. And this was back when I didn't really know Talisman, so I was like, okay? What is the best way to report any bugs in general for the game? Gareth can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe if you go to the Steam forums, you can find specific threads there in the bug reports forum. That is correct if you are on Steam. If you play on iPad or iPhone or Android, the best way to get bug reports to us is through Help Shift. So that's Asmodee, Help Shift, Talisman. Ooh, that's an automatic search. That automatic search. Autofills. Right, how to avoid dying. How to avoid dying. Let's go here, because I can take a brigand. All platforms. Yes. Asmodee.net. There we go. Tip for Talisman. I will gain a craft. Quite happy with that. Someone used Dark Fate on me. Thanks, guys. As if my game's not going bad enough. Yes, so if you are iOS or Android, there is a link in the Twitch chat. You know what, YouTube, whilst we're talking about this, I'll send it to you as well. If you have any issues, you can go and report them there. If you have a Steam account, let's go get the link for that. Oh, who's doing what to me? Oh, my gaining stuff. Sweet. Light Fate, please. Give me Light Fate. Yep, if you're on Steam, there is a link to the book reports. Hey, Algoriel. At this rate, Algoriel, we may be playing 2 games tonight. If we do, you're very welcome to join. Some forum management, as we've got someone reporting that there's issues with online connection. AI's at full health. I mean, Atog's got his totems, totem tokens. So Atog, it may come down to Atog versus the AI. For anyone that is late to the party and is just joining us, we will be giving out free stuff today. All you have to do to get that is to be on Twitch and leave a comment in the Twitch chat. That's all. We have a magic hat that keeps a track on everyone that talks to us, and anyone that says hello, leaves a full stop, asks a question, checks their gold, which you get via watching. We have a nice little bot that gives out gold to all of you lovely people, and you can spend that gold on making me do push-ups. I've done it 3 streams in a row now, because apparently that's all people want to see. Ribbit! The toad, the AI is a toad. All is right in the world. You have 1 gold, Sampila? Let's rectify that. And you can spend gold on a variety of things, including boss battles. So, currency. Because I'm dead nice. I've given you an extra 10 gold, Sampila. Samp. I'm calling you Samp. Unless you tell me how to say your name. Maybe I'm just being stupid. That's every possibility. So I think you need 10 gold to join in a boss battle. If you have 10 gold, type !boss. So we'll take on one of the fabled enemies of Talisman in the Twitch chat. If you win, you get a slice of gold depending on how much you put into the pot. No, that's wrong. Depending on how many people entered and how many people are left standing. Hey everyone, been watching for the belated streams for a while, but this is the first time I've got to see it live. Hello! Very welcome to join us, Reed. And that comment gets you into the Magic Hat of Mystery. So if we do a giveaway, you'll win some content. Well, that's not guaranteed. You may win some content. It's a correct way of saying it. Right, Danny, let's go look at what gold you used to have. Teach me, what is the correct way to say your name? I'm going for, if it's Sampila? Oh, it's Cadorus. Yeah, we're going to need at least 20 people if we want to win against Cadorus. Where is our charts of gold? There they are. And where are you, my darling wife? Looking for Danny Pipperoo. Danny Pipperoo. I can't find you, but I can find your mum. Your mum's got 30 gold. Oh, there you are. You had 135. Yeah! Sampe! Tell me what language you speak and I will get it wrong for you. As is the stream tradition. Normally it's Polish. Riches! Glorious riches! Right, at least I've got 1 gold back, so I'm going to try and get some health. Even if it is just 1. Right, 135 add 38 is 173. And 2 add 7 is 9. There you go, wife. You now have your gold restored. It's finished with the correct typing. Right, so how do I pronounce the A with the umlaut over it? Would it be an A, or is that a wiggle? No, it looks like an umlaut. Sempile? Sempile? Sempile. I'm gonna cheat. I've already got Google Translate open. Hold on, let's find out.
Sämpylä.
Sämpylä. Everyone heard that, I think. Or you should do. Because it records from my desktop. Sämpylä. There you go. Yay! Thank you for the crawler token. Allows me to go to a guaranteed trip to the castle. 1 life, please. When you were starting your job at Nomad, were you surprised they said go and play the game? I tried to do some research, to be fair. When I kind of applied, I applied to a bunch of places, and I had Infograms in Birmingham get back and say you've contacted the wrong department. Didn't get anything back from 2 studios, and then there was this random company called Nomad Games. They said, hey, yeah, do you want to come in for an interview? And so I immediately Googled Nomad Games, what do they do? Talisman, what's that? And then I tried to learn what Talisman is from the very, very short Wikipedia that it has. And also look for some YouTube videos. And then when I was in my interview, I was like, yeah, Talisman does this, Talisman does that. I had no clue what Talisman did. There's one thing reading about Talisman, then there's another thing playing it and drawing one card, then another, then you land on the city, the Enchantress, then you go to the Warlock's Quest, you get a cave, and you play in as the Troll, which is smash things, it's the Hulk. And then you play as the Courtesan, who can steal, you can play as the Sorceress, who gets spell cards and can beguile. There's a lot to take in. Hey, Zipster! One day, Zipster, you will have enough gold to get that free key. It's a solid 500 gold if you would like to purchase a key of ours. I'm going to go take on the Doppelganger. I know I've only just got my life back, but you know, I reckon I can do it. Ooh. And there's a Bloodstone. Oh, I can't do it. Eesh. I've got fate. I've got fate. Hey! Why is it showing me the used crawler? And right, if you have 2 or more lives, you can use this to gain a life or lose a life. Nah, I'm alright, thanks. I'd rather sell it and then go and get more lives. Oh, we're getting there. It is a glorious thing to see all 4 corner boards. I feel like I own Gareth Moorsport on charity event. I give most of my money to you, so. Haha! Maybe, maybe. I mean, you are my homeboy. You got my back. I remember that. Every time the stream was against me, Lemmy, you had my back. Don't forget. The North remembers. Yep. That is correct. We're going to be doing Vermintide 2 on Tuesday at 8 PM UK time. And we have one more remaining Vermintide 2 key to give out. So we'll do some give outs for Nomad content, and then at the end of the stream we will do a give out for Vermintide 2. Or should we give it out at the start of the game so someone can join us? That might be the better idea. We'll do an immediate give out. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a Vermintide 2 key, be there at the start of the stream. Because we'll hand it out and then you can come and join us in a game and it will be a laugh. I didn't get an option to draw there. Oh, it's because you're an evil character. And I've got the Holy Avenger. Maybe I can take an item from you? Maybe. Is there the Sewer Rat Queen coming out DLC? Yes, the Deep Realms up there. Do I be... Chat. We've got like 50 seconds to decide. Do I kill Sika? Oh, that's very nice, Sika. Let's do it. It'll make the game a bit quicker. Maybe we can go for that second game. I mean, I've got all this stuff now. I will take it. I've already got an axe. I don't want a poltergeist. Do I have to take poltergeist? No, I don't. That's good. Too late, Susan. Very nice of you. I actually own this game season pass since July 2015. I was very surprised to see how much I've gotten with that pass since. Hopefully it's been a pleasant surprise, and there's still more to come. We've got the Deep Realms, which is up between the city and the dungeon. That's going to be out somewhere between May and June. We have the Woodlands down in the bottom right. That's going to be out somewhere between June and July. We have a third character this year called... what's it called? The Pathfinder. He'll be out around September-ish. And then we have the Cataclysm, which is the final expansion for the revised 4th edition. So once that is completed, the season pass will be fully honoured. So, yeah, there's still 3 more expansions to come. Ribbit. I even spent my gold. Instant karma's gonna get you. Boo! Curious, when you were saying you're trying to learn the game, what was the hardest to learn from the game and why? Everything. Just the sheer amount of stuff. The city expansion came out October 2015. I joined the company July 2015. So when I joined, they were well in the midst of making the city, and I was given that as the expansion. And I was told, this is the kind of stuff that you need to focus on. This is the way that you find bugs. This is the way that you create bug reports. This is how you should be looking to use these cards with these cards, because these are your problem cards. I mean, look at every card, make sure it does what it says, because I started in QA. And once you've checked it does what it says, you've got to try and think, what can this card work with that may break the game? And the big thing back then, it's not really much of a problem anymore, was the bag of carrying, the bag of holding, and the concealed pouch. How does this object behave whilst it's in a container? And normally that was the go-to for breaking stuff. Cool. So yeah, on top of learning how to play Talisman, I mean, I always describe Talisman as Monopoly meets D&D, and it is that simple for mechanics. I mean, if you ignore like the Dragon, the Harbinger, the Firelands, as you get further into the expansions, it is, you roll to move, you land on a space, you do what the space says, and then from there, the space can be a roll, or it can be a draw card, or a lose a life, or something specific. But I mean, the actual doing what the bit of the card says is easy. Right, I think I'm going to avoid losing any lives as a toad. That's good. So, I mean, if that bit's easy, rolling's easy, moving's easy, landing on a space is easy, doing what the space says is easy. What are the complications? The number of things, the number of characters, what all the characters do, what all the spaces do, what all the cards do, what all the mechanics do, what all the endings do. It's just the number of stuff in the game. That is has been the difficulty. Cheers, Thong. Thong has my back in a different way. So Concursor says first time playing Talisman showed up in a free weekend list on 2015. A lot of people got into Talisman because of Humble Bundle. They saw a game that they wanted. It was part of a package. Didn't know what Talisman was, but they knew they wanted the other game. So they got the package. They played the game that they wanted for a bit, or to death, or for ages. And they just worked their way around to Talisman. And it's simple as that. A lot of people play Talisman, go, I hate this immediately. Like, they hate the menu. They hate the dragon on the menu. They hate the buttons. They go in, they get the game config screen, the game setup, and they're like, I don't understand any of this. What is happening? They load a game, they roll, and there's a static character on a board. It looks like a board game. Delete app. Leave a 1-star review. Hate this game. Hate board games. That is a very, very common interaction for people that just aren't into this style of game. But then you've got the other side of it, the people that knew about Talisman in the 80s. It's just a chance to play Talisman. Talisman takes 6,000 to 9,000 hours of your weekend. You need people who can come around and commit time to it, and it's fun if you can do that. But the benefit of a digital game, as always, is I can play this game as I want, when I want, with whoever I want, wherever I am. I can play Talisman sat on the couch. I can go to bed and play Talisman. I can play Talisman with someone in Argentina whilst we've got someone from Australia in the lobby. And then you've got the people that are just open to every type of game. A lot of people don't play Talisman because they don't like board games, and that's fair enough. Let's roll for a quest. 4, discard a magic object. I can do that shortly. I'm really looking forward to the... Oh, there you go. How have I got... Have I not accepted... Oh, right, I was waiting for people to reroll for me. I'm really looking forward to the Cataclysm expansion. The Cataclysm expansion is open in the programmer's room. They've not started working on it yet. We're not that far. We've still got a lot of Woodlands and Deep Realms to do. But they've opened it to look at it. Just so when they come to the end of finishing things, they know what's going to happen next. And it is a beautiful board. To me, it looks like what the makers of Talisman, or what Fantasy Flight wish they could have done in 2008. They essentially, Cataclysm was a chance to redesign that main board, and it is fantastic looking. Hey John, thank you very much for joining us. Hey Spiral Mind, just bought the Woodsman. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy him. He's like the troll, but he's a bit more exciting. He's got a bit more going on. All you need to know about Talisman is this. Timescape. Timescape confirmed. It's not. It's not. It will be coming out soon. Oh, we've got a lot of new people in the stream today, and they don't know about the wonders of timescape being confirmed. So in other words, it's trying to contain all of the information. Yes. If you were to, I'm sure you may have seen pictures of it if you've not played it yourself, but having the Talisman board, all 4 corner boards, Deep Realms, maybe even Cataclysm, you've got the Harbinger, Firelands, Dragon, Sacred Pool, Frostmarch, Reaper, Blood Moon. I'm sure I've missed 1 or 2 out as well from the main board. The draw deck is in the thousands, or it's at least over 1,000, because each expansion brings like 100 and something cards, and there's 15 expansions or something stupid like that. I guess with that increasing amount of expansions and cards, there will be more interactions that need fixing. You'd think that, but there are very few unique cards in the game. I think the Woodlands cards that created problems were, it's like the only one was the Love Potion. I think the programmers didn't like the Love Potion. But the Riddle Stone is the only one we changed because it didn't work digitally. But beyond that, it was kind of like the difficulty was like a curve. So as the newer and newer and newer content got thrown on top of all the old content wasn't designed to handle the newer stuff. So as we got better and more familiar with making the game, it started to get easier as we realised the familiar themes of how stuff breaks. So like I said, when we were doing the city, the go-to is every item that exists in the game, stick it in a magic pouch, stick it in a concealed pouch, stick it in a bag of holding, because that's guaranteed to break. That's the standard way things break. But as that became a very, very common thing, it became like the most fixed interaction, which means it doesn't happen anymore. We don't really test. I mean, we do test. It's not as thorough. Trying to think, we do test it, but it's no longer a concern like it used to be. Don't ribbit me. Hey, all other characters must give you one of their objects. Sweet. Matthew says, first time I played the game was back in the 90s with the 2nd edition. That is a very common story. My dad pulled that out a family game night quite regularly. I remember quite a few late nights growing up. Yeah, it's Talisman. It's a late night. I bet as a youngster, as a young person, when Talisman's brought out, you're like, yes, late night. I have a Talisman. Probably about 8 years ago, I got back into gaming, and Talisman was my first buy. I'm looking at starting to get Talisman and its expansions as well, but it's a very, very expensive habit. Board games, generally speaking, are an expensive habit, but when it's a board game that has 9,000 expansions, well, it has 15 expansions, I think, it's a very expensive habit. Yeah, we've had a lot of people complaining about the Harbinger lately, Concursus. They're just saying it's too difficult, and I never really got that feeling from it. I played significantly more Harbinger than I did than I have Woodland, and I don't remember ever thinking I can't do this. This is too difficult. I always found it fun, but maybe I'm a sadist, maybe I'm a masochist, and the difficulty that comes with the Harbinger is just more fun for me. I don't know. Everyone plays their game differently, even if it is the same game. Oh, 3. No! Dark Fate? Hey Tog, got any Dark Fate going about? Oh, you don't. What happened to my other life? I don't remember losing it. I became a frog. I had 2 lives. Didn't do anything to lose lives. I didn't use the stupid that over there, bloodstone. Rip. Hey, jumped. Hey, Brillig, thanks for joining us. Does the Woodsman special abilities work in the upcoming Woodland boards? Sort of. I mean, you can make a raft in the Woodland, but you can't go far on it. That's an old question by Spiral Mind. I will try and catch up to any questions anyone has. Oh, hey, Fantays! I have not put too much to do today. I did not feel like playing today. Don't worry, Fantays. I know that feeling well. After a long day talismaning, sometimes I really don't want to play Talisman. Please, anyone knows if this will come to PlayStation 4 version? Javi Martinez. It's not confirmed. It is something that we would like to see happen, but in the Nomad offices, we do all the development for PC, iOS, and Android. The PlayStation version was done by a company in Spain called Blitz. So when they came to us and said, hey, we'd like to do this thing with Talisman, and we agreed to do it, we did it as one massive package. So as they were doing the package for PlayStation, we had continued ahead on PC. So the PlayStation was sold as a single unit, and all the other platforms continued having each expansion added at a time. As we come up to do Cataclysm and we complete the Season Pass, we complete the revised 4th edition content for all the other platforms, it is a desire of Nomads to revisit PlayStation to make that complete package. That's not a guarantee though, that depends on what the calendar holds for us, what is after Talisman, if it's more Talisman or if it's another project, what goes on with all the other things, the unnamed things that we're working in-house. We would like to fit console into that, but that just depends on where we stand. When our future becomes a bit clearer and we know a bit more about what's going on, we will let the community know what to expect of Talisman, especially as we come up to that final expansion. Hey Robert, Woodland expansion coming out soon, June/July. We've also got a tiny little expansion which is between the dungeon and the city called the Deep Realms. That will be out May/June. Wait, finish. Yes, we have someone over on Twitch who is Finnish, or at least speaks Finnish, or at least has a Finnish name. Fairy Feast took my other life. Thanks, Sika. I'm glad someone's paying attention. Is it possible to be on Xbox? The engine that we use for PC is not compatible with Xbox, I believe. So we would either have to do developments on the engine we use, another engine, or have another company like Blitz, who specialise in taking non-Xbox things and putting them on Xbox. Which, I mean, that's how some development studios make their living. They are specialists in porting. It's not the size of the expansion that matters. It's not. I mean, one of the smallest expansions the game has is the Netherrealm, and that's one of the best. It is so brutal, and I like that in Talisman. Would anyone like any free stuff? as this stream has become a battle between ATOG and the AI. Free stuff, anyone? Any of you Twitch lot? For anyone that is lurking in the Twitch chat because you've only just found the fact that Nomad do streams, or you've stumbled across this through happenstance, perchance, you've fluked your way into the stream. We give out free content of Talisman. If you don't know what this game is, we'll give you the base game. If you do know what this game is and you don't own all of our stuff already, if you want an expansion, you can win an expansion. Or you can win one of our other games, Fighting Fantasy Legends, Backgammon Blitz, Lapland Solitaire, or Talisman the Horus Heresy. I think I've named them all. We've still not got smash up keys though. Oh, some people hear free stuff. Would you consider transferring game to some unified package that works on all platforms if one exists? I mean, yeah, there's things like Unity, which is it's an engine that's designed to work on everything. The big benefit of Unity is that it is easy to use as far as programming goes. It's quite broad and general. It is a standardized engine, which means it can play on near enough anything. The drawback of Unity is it doesn't allow for custom coding quite like other engines do. So if you want, you have to fit your idea or your product or your port into Unity, whereas things like Marmalade, which is what we currently run Talisman on, is something where you build freely. You make the structure of the game, the networking, all the coding, how you place art, how you make art moves. Depending if you are using an engine like Marmalade, it's yours to build. So Unity is easy for people that don't have much experience in programming or don't have many years. Well, that equates to not much experience. For those that have been doing programming for years and years and years, chances are you know a thing or two, and you would rather have that freedom to create the game that you want. So Unity may not be something that you need, but again, benefit of Unity is it's standardized so it can work on most platforms. I would love to see it on Xbox because I am an Xbox fanboy. I do almost all of my gaming on the Xbox, so it'd be nice to see Talisman over there. Prologue? We'd have to find a prologue key. I think we'd have to generate new prologue keys. Hey, Bugs! 3G says Unity is bloody awful. It's not. It's good at what it does. Hopefully, we can get enough people in this boss fight to draw Cadorus again, and we get enough people for at least one person to win. Because when I was setting up all of the new bosses for the chatbot on this new PC, I made Cadorus the wealthiest boss to defeat, because it's Cadorus, the dragon that has all the gold. Ooh, we've got a good number here at the moment. Boss, 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 boss. Nice, I'm liking the look of this. Hopefully we'll get a winner or two. The classic duel of human versus AI, as Ansgram says. It's quite funny being in the Steam forums a lot, to see so many users go, this is what people do online, this is the way the game should be, because when the Alchemist does this, people quit, and when the Harbinger blah blah blah, people does this, the game should do this because this is what happens with online play. Like, the online portion of Talisman is minuscule compared to the number of people that play offline versus the AI. There is a vast number of people that love to just sit and tweak their game. We have one of our, at least one of our Steam lot at least, is going through the game, playing 1v1 combinations of every character versus every character. They played the troll versus everyone. They played the minstrel versus everyone. They played the warlock versus everyone. And some people would say that's crazy, but they get the pleasure in seeing the minor differences in all variables you can have in Talisman. That's awesome. We have winners. Not only do we have winners, the winners defeated the beast. The beast is the hardest boss to defeat. And I'm not sure if we've ever defeated the beast. I know a lot of people complain because we never defeated the beast. But shows what numbers do. Get enough of us in a room, we'll take the beast. Hopefully we can take Cadorus on next. Congrats to Matthew and Susan. Any hope for some more single player missions up ahead of each characters? I sort of love those, kind of like Talisman prologue style. Yes, sort of. Again, this falls in the same category as the PlayStation question of what comes after Talisman. And the idea of doing some digital edition prologue style quests of either updating prologue with all of the content we've done or making a little slice of prologue part of digital edition. That's a possibility. As I keep saying, we've no idea at the moment what we're going to do with Talisman after Talisman. But certainly kind of like prologue style DE quests is within the realms of possibility. As Ansgram's just answered your question, Robert, yes, PC can play against Mac, can play against Android, can play against iOS, all in the same lobby. Small exception, iOS submission didn't go through for the Woodsman character, so we've resubmitted, and hopefully, excuse me, we can get the Woodsman character to come out tomorrow. So what happens when we do updates is we change the version number. It's called an online version number. So when one player is running a build, it is on one online version. And when another player is playing an older build, it's on an older online version number. This is so if a player's got a more recent build that's got new code, new fixes in, it's got new content in, if they try and join a lobby with someone that doesn't have all that stuff, you will get blocks, crashes, freezes, the world will collide and everything will collapse and fall apart. So iOS at the moment hasn't had the update, is on an older version number, and so can only play with people who haven't updated yet. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get the Woodsman out, and with that update iOS will be brought back in line with Android and PC, and everyone can exist in harmony again. Free stuff, right? Last call, lurkers in Twitch. If there are any of you out there, leave a comment in the Twitch chat. That is all you need to do to win some free stuff. That's all. Just say hello. You can say hello and then not talk to us again. In fact, we do have someone that hasn't appeared today. They've not left a comment. We had someone that was popping into the start of every stream and being like, "Hi, just here to win some free stuff." Then they'd leave. Because if you're not around when your name is drawn from the hat, we send you messages. In fact, we did a stream on Tuesday and we gave out some free Ticket to Ride tickets. I keep saying ticket. There's such this natural thing that when you're talking about Ticket to Ride, you refer to keys as tickets. Danny was doing it. I've been doing it. I don't know why that is. But yeah, we messaged someone saying, "Hey, you won the draw. Would you like a Ticket to Ride key?" And they've not got back to us yet. So if they keep ignoring us, we'll do another Ticket to Ride stream and there'll be another Ticket to Ride key available. Keys to Ride tickets, something like that. Right, giveaway time. And the first winner of the evening is... Atak! Last man standing, you are the winner. Why is it MVP Miller? That's confusing. Huh? What's happening? We have a slight problem. Oh dear, we have a problem with the hat. I think what has happened here is, you'll remember at the start of the stream when Twitch wasn't working properly. No, I'm not logged into 2 accounts. I think there's been a hiccup. ATOG, you can have some free stuff. Everyone else, spam the chat. The magic hat is empty. We did have a list of people that were in the magic hat. It had 19 people, to be fair. Hey Rob, welcome over to Twitch. If you have the gold pack, yes, you do get the Woodsman for free. As the gold pack has the season pass in it, the season pass gets all revised 4th edition content. So yes, still left for the season pass is Deep Realms, Woodland, Woodsman's just come out in it, the Pathfinder character, and Cataclysm. Right. Why is that making noise? Go away, Discord. Hey, Dual Track. ATOG, I will write that down. I can only get Fighting Fancy Legend keys whilst I'm in work, so I'll have to do that for you tomorrow. But yes, you absolutely can. Oh, that heating's starting to kill me now. But my darling wife is really ill, so if she needs it to be, the house to be absolutely sweltering, then the house is sweltering. Right, I am sending a message to myself, ATOG, to remind me to get you an FFL key. But yes, you certainly can. And what we will do is I'll do another giveaway, because that was a broken giveaway. It didn't quite work. Yes, heating is on in the house because Danny's ill. It's cold in the office. Turn the thing onto full then. Have open the back door. Hey, Gonia! Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Everyone, remember, spam the chat. You may not be in the magic hat. Yeah, this is supposed to be the hottest day in April we've ever had since records began. There we go. People are getting the hang of that. Let me turn the radiator down in this room. Please be on this side. Hey, it's on this side. That's on full. What I need to do is go and throw. Is it this? Is this my thermostat? I assume it is. Go stick this out the back where it is cold. Hey, Big BVD, thank you very much for hosting us. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I did pick up the Vile Path and lost 2 lives. And then, so I left the Woodland because I was like, I need to get rid of this path. I left the Woodland and then immediately someone drew Pestilence, lost a life. I managed to gain a life at the castle and then fairy something, one of the fairy events in the Woodland caused me to lose a life, and then I got a bad craft draw. No, it wasn't. It was the temple. Temple killed me. Rolled a 1 and a 2, lose a life, job done, Gareth dead. Did I hear correctly in the Carcassonne stream that something in regards to gold broke when you guys moved house? We had 2 things with gold. Gold is stored locally on a PC. So when when we started streaming from here, I got a different PC from work to stream from, and which meant everyone's gold got reset. That's one thing. And then gold broke. What was my point 2? Gold. Gold, gold, gold. Nope, don't remember what point 2 was. Got different PC. All the gold's on the older one. What I did do is you can create a backup save of it and then reload it, but I didn't know how that would work with conflicted data. So if person A had 100 gold on the old PC and had 50 gold on the new PC, I didn't quite know what would happen if I saved 100 gold and put it into this. Would that person get correctly 150 gold? Or would they have 2 different IDs? Or would it replace it? So what I did is I copied and pasted. I print screened the top 6 pages of the gold. And I started moving them all over manually. Slow, but accurate. Have I played as the Oak? The Ancient Oak? No, I don't believe I have. I've played as the Laywalker, as the Spider Queen, as the Totem Warrior. I think that's it. I don't think I've used the Scout or the Ancient Oak yet. I did enjoy the Totem Warrior though, I think. So they're all pretty fun characters, as they all have really specific, or the majority anyway, have really specific character abilities. Which, compared to what all the other characters do, all of the other characters do versions of what other characters do. So it's kind of like the Woodsman, who starts with an axe and can go and get an axe for free from the purchase deck in the forest. Well, the Dread Knight starts with a warhorse and can go get a warhorse for free in the graveyard. You have all of these crossover abilities where certain characters are made up of mixes of other characters, or there are abilities or versions of other people's abilities. One of the brilliant things I think in the Woodlands is the Spider Queen has crawler tokens, the Ancient Oak has his leaf tokens, the Laywalker has his portal tokens, the Totem Warrior has his totem tokens, and then Scout. Scout have map tokens or something like that. All of the characters have these little unique things that don't really exist in any other character. They've at least got one ability that hasn't been seen in the game before, which is pretty cool. You had a blizzard earlier this week. It's been about a month and a half since we got hit from the beast from the east. And we got snow. And it was horrible. I don't like snow. Snow is cold and wet and slushy, and it's nice to look at. And I don't mind going out in it, when I know that I can come back. But when I've got to get to work, it's just stupid. It's just very inconvenient. Minnesota's always cold and snowy at the moment. It's kind of what Minnesota has to offer the US. It's constantly cold. Heyo! Thank you very much, my darling wife. I love you. Curry! And couscous. We had no rice. Yeah. Also not a big fan of sand. This smells delicious. Should we do that replacement giveaway that I said I was going to do? She was ill, fair enough, but she wanted to make her own food. She doesn't sit still when she's ill. She's one of those people. She complains and she's like, I'm dying, but I need to hoover the house. It's like, no, don't hoover the house. I can do that, but I need to do the dishes. Don't do the dishes. I need to cook. She's just someone that likes to be doing things. What we all really need. I didn't tell her to make me food. That's not what happened. I wasn't like, I know you're ill, but I'm hungry. Something needs to give. She wanted to make herself food, and she was just nice enough to make me food as well. My God. I'm mixing my standard thing to do with anything that has a sauce in is to immediately mix it. If I get a tomato pasta thing, mix it. If I get curry, mix it. But we've got couscous with this curry. I've gone to mix it and the curry sauce has disappeared. It's just... Literally, it's not liquidy anymore. The couscous has just ate it all. Hey, Scouts Riot Squad! Very nice of you to join us. Ugh. Hot and humid. That is the worst weather. Smacksnego. Is that how you say it? Smack. Znego. Smacksnego. Junkoya. I'm getting better at this thing. When I open Talisman, it says the Woodsman is purchasable. Shouldn't it go automatically into my purchase stuff? If Steam, it will be listed as character pack number 17. They are two separate things. In Steam, it can take ages for the information from make this character released. The big go button that we get that says release a character can take minutes, it can take hours, and I've also seen it take longer than a day for some people. For a new character or expansion to filter through to someone's season pass, it will come. You will get it. Don't worry. Literally. Are you joking? I want to make sure I do the right thing. Is it too hot? Ah. If you hate heat and humidity, you'd hate Houston. Falcott says, it's nice today in Houston. I assume you don't hate the humidity or the heat then. Right. We're going down. We're at 21.5. CZ equals ch. Smacksnego. Question, what is it you do? Because you're always doing giveaways. La, Kidabeth. You're always giving away some free stuff, mate. There you go. I can do scouts quite well. Although, I bet Polish people understand my Polish more than the scouts understand my scouts. £21.5 seat. That's not freezing. Hey, Monsieur. How are you? I am well. I have curry and couscous. It's dead nice. We really look for some warmth. I've never been to Sweden, but I have been to Norway, and I got horribly sunburned. What happened to the bonus giveaway? Pull that lad. People want some free stuff? Let's do 2 more giveaways. Because what is couscous? It's like more absorbent rice. Tiny, small, absorbent rice. Right. Are you genuine? Are you asking what couscous is, or are you complaining that I'm not saying couscous? I can't tell what's happening here. Am I getting called out? Right. Yes. So now is the time in the stream where I'd normally do a second giveaway, which I will do. But as the magic hat broke on the first giveaway and only had a limited amount of people in it, for some reason, it picked up a load of people, but then connected to my personal account, which I logged out of before streaming. So it stopped picking people up. So when I hit the roll for a winner, it on my MVP Miller account, it chose ATOG. Strange. Anyway. What do you do? I am a producer at Nomad Games. What that means is it's my job to ensure that a product is delivered to a deadline to a certain quality. So it's my job to make sure artists do the art, it's my job to make sure the programmers do the programming. If for whatever reason there's a delay, it's my job to know that a delay has happened, is happening, because there should be never a time when you come up to 2 weeks away from release and you go, oh god, it's going to be 3 weeks. We're going to have to move everything back a week. So all of your lined up marketing and plans and all this and that have to get rushed and delayed. Even worse if you get closer and closer to a deadline before you realise that that deadline isn't going to happen. It's my job to ensure that that deadline does happen, and when a game comes out, it works and people like it and all this kind of stuff. What I'm doing right now is streaming Nomad Games. So I work for Nomad Games, and this is Talisman. And why am I doing it? What am I doing it for? I like streaming. I like streaming. And that's about it. It's fun to be here. Sounds like a Prime Minister. Yeah, pretty much. It's not my job to actually do much of anything. If the programmers need to talk to the artist, or we need to have a wider discussion in the company to discuss how we're going to implement a mechanic, or maybe there's a talisman-y thing that impacts other projects, we need this amount of resources, so we need to take people from this or that. It's my job to make sure that gets arranged. Is there a space to have a meeting in? Is everyone going to be free in this meeting? Are all the relevant people going to be there? Once that meeting happens, how does that information get from the meeting to all of the different people and the individuals that need to then carry out actions? It's my job to do that. At any point in a working day, someone should, if someone who needs to know something should be able to turn to the producer, and the producer should be able to go, this. You want to know about this expansion? It's this. When's it coming out? This. Where is it in development? Where is it in beta? Can it go into a beta? How are the languages doing? Marketing. Is the marketing team up to date? Do they know that that feature that you've just put in is going to be coming out in 2 weeks' time? The producer should be able to answer any question anyone in a working environment could possibly have to ask. That's what I do. How many skulls have you cracked so far? One, repeatedly. There are angry producers that yell at people and kind of be like, you need to do this, or this bad thing will happen. The way I see it is, my job is to make things happen. It's not to make people feel guilty. It's not to find out who was the source of a problem that occurred, or it's not to find out why certain team members aren't getting along and that's causing this thing to happen and everyone's miserable. My job is to make sure things happen, and that's it. So when a problem goes wrong, I don't go cracking skulls. I just kind of go, what needs to happen? If this is due out in 3 weeks' time and something's happened that means it might not happen, if something's happened that means it might not come out in 3 weeks, what can we possibly do to make sure it still comes out in 3 weeks' time? So that's the way I approach things. I mean, project manager, prime minister, same thing. You bought Talisman on PS4. I hope you're enjoying it. My assumption is you struggled massively with the control system and then you got used to it. That is everyone's experience. That was our experience when we first got the build of the PlayStation Talisman delivered to us. Right, you've got spells, you've got tabs, you've got movement, you've got queuing things, you've got items, you've got the characters, you've got the options, and all of these things can be done at any given point in the game. So we need to make this button do this, and if you hold this, do this button. It takes some getting used to, but you get around to it. Wish I could play it tabletop, but my girlfriend or friends don't like board games with the exception of Monopoly. I have the Dark Souls board game and haven't even touched it. Just tell them it's fancy Monopoly. That's all Talisman is. I mean, the city is essentially free parking. You've got the village up there. That is go to jail. The chapel can be the jail, even though the city expansion has a jail. We'll ignore that for now. You got Pensonville Roads down there. Fleet Street's up there. Mayfair's down there. You land on these spaces, you do certain things when it happens. That's all Talisman is. Proper epic music behind your speech. Need to be doing the whole politician thumb thing. The thumb like that, where you hammer home a point. How big is the team? I have to pee, draw from the hat. Shoshin, I'll wait till you get back. Then we'll do 2 rapid fire draws. How big is the team? I think there's 15 of us now. There's Bedbacks. Michael, me, Amanda, that's 5. Rob, Andy. Rob, Andy, Andy. We've got 2 Andys that sit next to each other. One's Andy B, one's Andy P. It's really easy to call across the room and let the one that you know you want to talk to them. Andy, they both turn around. Like Andy P, they both turn around because P sounds like B anyway. Rob, James, Carl, Richard Jeffrey. 14? 15, Donna. There's 15 of us. You said tabletop. Can I play Talisman on PC for free, like smartphone? Not currently, but we do giveaways in the stream. If you win, I'll give you Talisman for free. Also, we do tend to have massive discounted sales, and every now and again, Talisman, the base game, is for free somewhere in the world. I don't ever remember getting squashed as a toad on the Monopoly railroads. You've just not played enough Monopoly then? I think I've just blown someone's mind. Yes, the British Monopoly has British locations on the board. For those that know what Monopoly is and have just heard me name a bunch of random places, that is the UK version of Monopoly, yes. So what's hardest, herding cats or game devs? Every now and again, I do Google herding cats and then post that image into our team chat. Because I will say, hey, this thing needs to happen, and then someone will argue against me forever. And then the people that I thought would be on my side join them, and I'm like, what is this betrayal? You're one of... We're normally on the same side. Why are you siding with them? Herding cats. Just do this thing. That's all I need you to do. Yes, that's true. In the Steam chat, we have a bot that awards gold for viewing. If you want to... Oh, we've got a boss fight going. What boss? We have... There's loads of boss fights in Talisman. I have named all of the different boss fights that our robot can give us after the Talisman bosses. To enter the boss fight, type !boss. All you need to do. So yes, we do draws on Twitch for free stuff. And on top of that, if you watch long enough, you'll get enough gold. It's 500 gold needed. I did that because I was like 5 and 5, 500. But that's 10. 500 gold gets you a free key. And then you can have some free stuff. Simple as that. If you don't have Talisman, I'll give you Talisman. I will need to go and fetch you a key though. If you do have Talisman, I can then go and I can give you more stuff. You want an expansion? You want the dungeon? You want the Woodsman? You want Sacred Pool? You want Frost March? You want I've said dungeon. Highland? City? Reaper? Ah. You can have that. That's fine. How do you tell directors from devs? Directors count on their fingers. To be fair, in small teams, the directors are the devs. What is that? That's never happened. Alright, let's go just some bosses. Minigames. Is Shoshin back yet? Where are you, Caterus? You're the one that's getting changed. Entries. Caterus is at 20. The Beast can go up to 25. Well, let's make the Ice Queen something ridiculous just for a laugh. Whispering to myself now. Hey, Blue Exorcist! I'm going to do 2 draws. You've got here just in time. What do people do with Steam Gold? Those things. So, push-ups is not 200, it's 100. I think. Commands. Push-ups. Cost 200. Oh. Apparently push-ups are 200. Fair enough. Yeah, if you are a sadist, you can make me do push-ups for 200 gold. If you would like a quick Talisman doodle, that's 300 gold. If you would like me to sing a song because you're strange and you are like that, I will do a karaoke song as long as it's family friendly. And if you are here for long enough, you can get a free key for 500 gold. Danny can do doodles when she's not ill as well. Hopefully she won't be ill forever. I can do a doodle for you. It will be awful. I've been blessed with a few things in this life. Autistic ability is not one of them. Right, so giveaways. Lurkers, this is your last call. To win stuff, you have to leave a comment in the Twitch chat. We currently have 35 people in the Twitch chat. And we have 40 people watching, so there's at least 5 of you that have not... Well, one of them's a bot. There you go. Penny Royal's got the idea. That's how you enter the competition. Can we change karaoke to sing and play on bass some Blink songs? I mean, I can go and get the bass and just jam to some Blink. I mean, saying that, a lot of Blink songs are classic punk. Here's, well, bass style. Here's 4 notes, repeat. Here's 3 notes, repeat. But the carousel bass line is a fun thing to play. Never! Yeah, I think my favourite things to play on bass are Carousel by Blink, Wish by Stevie Wonder, All My Best Friends Are Metalhead by Less Than Jake, and Press Corps by Anti-Flag. They are all super fun bass lines. Did not make you well. Did you aim for that, monsieur? Monsieur, if you win any free stuff, I'll send you a message. You can claim it that way. Hey, gambling! Just in time. I'm going to do a draw. And the second winner of the evening is... Hopefully this will draw on the right account. Rob! Welcome, Rob! Story ends. I cannot do sit-ups. That's why they're push-ups. I mean, I might do a few sit-ups for free at the moment. Congratulations, Rob. Do you have Talisman on Steam? John, you've won before. You just never win on the times we do Tuesday streams and you don't own the content. Oh, you got a season pass. Sit-ups may be easier than push-ups if you are not fat like I am. I'm quite broad, so push-ups, I don't know, for my dimensions, maybe? Or maybe because I used to go to the gym a lot and I don't anymore. I've still got some residual strength from what I did 10 years ago. I could probably do 10 sit-ups. If anyone would like to claim to make me do push-ups now, I will attempt sit-ups for you. Hey, Dreamin' Dice! Rob, do you have Fighting Fantasy Legends? Oh god. I'm starting to dread the prizes command. That's all the stuff you can win via Twitch though. Right, we've been ignoring the game for a while as well. We'll do a roundup of the game. Would you like Fighting Fantasy Legends? Did you ever read the Choose Your Own Adventure books? You may have known them as Be the Hero or You Are the Hero, Be Your Hero. We had them as Fighting Fantasy. What would you like it on? Do you play on Android or would you prefer to play on Steam? I'm not sure we've got any iOS keys for it. As in a board game? Like a physical stream? It's Caterus. How do you prefer to game? Do you normally sit at a PC and game, or do you do mobile gaming? There's no difference between the two, it's just your preference. Not only did we defeat a boss, we defeated Caterus, which is the wealthiest of all of the dragons. The old arcade games, where am I going to get them? Hey, Myers! We're on form tonight. We've beat the two hardest bosses, the Beast and Caterus. Right, I don't have any keys on me at the moment. Tomorrow morning when I'm in work, I'll send you a key. I'll whisper it to you via Twitch. Rob Aaron. Sorted. I'm not sure how old it is, but we do have a game called Impact, which is this kind of like, you've got a series of squares, and they've all got cutouts in them for little characters and also terrain blocks, and you place them about, either full length, you can make it square, or you can mix and match, and you put all of the guys on one end, all of the like dinosaur alien things on one end, and all the humans on the other end, and you've got 3 units which have projectiles, and then the rest you have to move per turn until you can get 2 of your men to surround one of the other players' men. If you can do that, it knocks them out. If you hit them with a projectile, it knocks them out. I'm not sure if Impact is from the 80s, but it looks like it. Ethan loves that. The lesson there, Brillick, is don't have cats. It's almost as bad as having children. Hi kid, family friendly stream. I love my child. Rob Aaron, I probably don't need to address you by your full title. Talisman Island's probably the best person to speak to about that, as he has contacts. We at Nomad don't have the right to do anything physically, so any of the characters made digital, we can't do any physical reproductions of them. That's Games Workshop's domain, that's what they do. All we can do is make the digital versions. But Talisman Island may be able to point you in the right direction for that kind of thing. Right, I said I'd do a second quickfire draw. Should we get that done? Anyone else for free stuff? I think Nomad should be able to make them as promos as well. But that's not for us to decide, that's GW. Free stuff! Free stuff! I need a bell. Yeah, your ears would love that if I'm ringing a bell. We'll do one giveaway now, and then when this game ends, we'll do a final giveaway then. Are we working on new digital adaptations? The only character left for us to do is the Pathfinder, which will be out, we're in April now. It's going to be out September-ish, around there. They're not at Games Workshop. John, do you know the correct place for them to point them in the right direction for the character cards? I'm not. ATOG is. We all got smashed early on. I think I had 1 life, ATOG had 1 life, Sika had 1 life, and the Druid had 2 lives. The Druid managed to get his lives back, and ATOG is the Totem Warrior, so coming by lives isn't particularly difficult for him. I'm not going to be in Ludum Dare this weekend because I have no applicable skills there. But one of our artists, Amanda, who does stream, or used to stream occasionally before we started streaming from home, she will be there. Thank you, Reed. Rob, Reed still has provided you with a link. I think that might be what you're looking for. I'm not sure if you're after the miniatures themselves, like the 3D models, but that may help. Right, giveaway. Next giveaway, and the winner of that next giveaway is... There's the hat. Dreaming Dice! You've just got here! Last person in, first person out. That is the rule of thumb. Where has things gone? Is couscous filling? Yes, Antagram. If you are poor and you are struggling for money, couscous, you can get giant bags. Not that we're poor or struggling for money. We've got... That's not what I'm saying. But I used to be poor. Yeah, yeah, it's filling. It's a quick, non-convoluted way of saying that. Yes, it's filling. I can't eat it all. I mean, your local Games Workshop Scouse is probably down in by the Lime Street station. Do they not do any board game nights? I know there's a place over in Widnes called 2 Player or Player 2. It's stupid. It's got player and the 2's in the middle of the word, so you don't know if it's Player 2 or 2 Player. But either way, I think they do board game nights, or they at least used to. If you can make it to Widnes. Not that many people would ever want to go to Widnes. Nomad should make Games Workshop Battle Cards old board game digital. Maybe we should. Has no one done it already? I mean, if there's an audience for it, it's worth listening to. I know it's a tiny store, but they may still do board game nights. What would you like, Dreaming Dice? I think you've won things before, or won one thing before. Do you remember what is available to you? Do you want an expansion for Talisman? Yes, you do. Yes. Yes, I remember. Would you like another random expansion? It's all come back to me. Wasn't the digital ports of Dungeon Quest already? I'll do the same again if you fancy it. Just, I think I remember what your Asmodee name was. What is that stuff? Community! Dreaming Dice has won. Do you have any recommendations for what expansion they should have next? There is a giant command, yes. You know, rather than do the giant command, I'm just going to copy and paste the relevant Talisman text. Just to make it a bit less spammy. I got... Oh, wait, no. Someone went and did it. Cheers, Brillig. Night, Susan. In the final giveaway before we finish, if you win, I'll send you a message. Do widzenia. And it's War of the Seasons! Which means you have to get through the Woodlands. I mean, Frost March is a good one for reasonable intermediate expansions. Blood Moon's also another good one for that. Harbinger is super difficult. If you want a challenge, get Harbinger. But the Harbinger will mess your game up. The city gives a proper value to gold. That's what the city brings. A lot of the draws, especially with the Highland expansion, allow for you to gain loads and loads and loads of gold, but it doesn't really have a purpose other than healing lives. The city is the expansion that gives gold a purpose. So it's not a bad or good expansion. It's very middle of the roady. It's interesting, certainly interesting. Although the chat is saying city, I suppose if you don't know what you're doing, they would say Frostmarch Reaper, your standard ones. But as you do have a few expansions, people like the city apparently. Hey, Lee. Will there ever be a Timescape expansion? We would love for there to be, but as it stands, no, there wouldn't. What Nomad is currently committed to doing is the revised 4th edition, and we're nearly complete with that after what feels like forever. I think it's been like 3.5, 4 years. So once we complete the Cataclysm at the end of the year, Nomad technically is finished with Talisman, but we would like for there to be more Talisman things after that. Hopefully the audience do, and hopefully GW want that as well. That seems to be settled then. Should we... you were looking for the city and a bunch of people have recommended it. Would you like the city? I'll add that into your account. The Pathfinder will be our last planned one, which means there may be more after. They may be revisions from 2nd edition characters, or they may be completely unique characters as well. Talisman, pretty much after Pathfinder and Cataclysm, is all going to fall into that what comes next phase. So we will start to assess that probably shortly, in a month or two's time, and start planning ahead. And that may mean new stuff for Nomad. It may mean more Talisman. I don't know. That's for the directors to decide. Any good expansion to make the game a bit faster. Highland gives you relics that allow you to jump straight to the crown. The Harbinger will end your game faster. You won't win, but it'll end your game faster. The AI is nearly dead, which means the stream's nearly finished. And if the stream's nearly finished, that means one more giveaway, and also I get to go and hunt Pokemon. Yay! City is all about that flail. I appear to have made the studio thing that we use to give people content crash. Right, Dreaming Dice, you now have the city. The next time you log into Talisman on any device and you're signed into your Asmini account, you should be able to enable the city in both offline and online games. It's Pokemon Go. So part of my hope of getting fitter and being a better human being is to get walking more. And I'm using Pokemon Go to trick my brain into exercising. Pokemon at this time of night? What about that day you did 21,000 steps? You were doing Pokemon at some time of the day. I am absolutely jealous of Jethro's walking stats. We're all stuck on catching a Ditto. To be fair, I do have to catch a bunch of ghost-type Pokemon. And I could have done that whilst the Kanto region stuff was boosted. But I didn't have that as a quest. I pretty much completed the final step of the research before... I mean, after the Kanto region Pokemon stopped showing as much. So there's not as many Ghastlies about. But yes, also stuck on Mew. IRL Pokemon Go stream, that would absolutely destroy my data. I couldn't afford a Pokemon Go stream. Will there be more update maintenance near finish or at the end of this game? Thong, yes. We try to have an update at least once a month. Whether that comes in the form of a character being released, an expansion being released, or just a general maintenance patch, yes. So the Deep Realms is going to be May, June, and Woodland will be June/July. And then we have quite a gap until the Pathfinder and Cataclysm. So in between that time, there will be updates, hopefully monthly, for the Woodland. And that update will consist primarily of fixes. And that will be to the AI, to the UI, to the gameplay, to the code, to the network code, all that kind of good stuff. But yes, we do intend to improve the quality of the game along with release content. Oh, that'd be frustrating. They're like, oh, I'm on that Ditto quest as well. Oh, I caught a Ditto. I hate you. Rob, my favourite expansion as well is Blood Moon. Slightly different reason, which is that day-night cycle to me is like a shifting difficulty scale. I like the fact that easy enemies become harder and harder enemies become easier at the drop of a hat. So it can give you hope, and it can also prevent people from making that final blow. So they go to kill the big bad boss, or not the big bad boss, but they go to kill a strong enemy because they know that that'll give them that final boost to strength, or the item drop they get from it is going to be dead good. And suddenly that 11 strength monster is a 13 strength monster. And at the other end of the scale, you're struggling, and that 5 strength monster becomes a 3 strength monster, and suddenly you can overcome that hurdle. I like that. Text-to-speech donations. I mean, if donations are involved, yeah, sure. Someone also asked the question, what is the space that the AI is currently on? They did say at the top of the board, and Danny answered, this is the Deep Realm. So this is a tiny, tiny board expansion that sits between the dungeon and the city, so you need both those expansions to play it. And it's got 2 larger spaces and 4 smaller spaces, and it has really weird draw mechanics. So on the smaller spaces, you have to draw 3 cards and then spend a turn tackling 1 card by 1 card until you can move through it. And then the top spaces have harder fluff text. But yeah, it's a cute expansion. Hey Cloud, can you turn all squares high res and not only the one focused? We could, but that would make the game massively unstable and would increase the chance of it crashing. So to draw art assets, you use up RAM, memory essentially. To have all art assets displayed at all times is so intensive on all devices used. Especially mobile though. Mobile, it would absolutely ruin your ability to run the game, and it would crash so much. Reed, we do get a lot of that. I saw a comment, it was on Reddit in fact. Someone said, what is this rule? And the response they got said, this rule is this because that's what they do in the digital version. And I find that the digital version tends to get it right. I was like, yeah, go us. Also, the only expansion where you can play a cooperative game. No one likes the Light Bearer's ending, Rob. I think it's dead good because it is a welcome break to the style of Talisman. It's a dynamic. People don't want dynamic. They want challenge in battles, and they want to hate their friends. Well, I suppose they want to hate their friends for their friends actually beating them, because you're like, I guess they were supposed to beat me. You don't want to hate your friends because they can't help you properly. Yes, I know that you're doing your own thing, but it's light bearers. I need health. Come and give me that item. I like I said, I just like variety. It's one of the draws of Talisman, is you've got this base vanilla game which some people never move off. There are people that play Talisman, just the base game, no expansions, and that's all they've ever played. And they could get the expansion. They don't want to. They trust the base game, they know what they're doing, and they don't want to add 20 spaces, 25 spaces, and 6 new characters, and 3 new endings, and a new mechanic, and new spells, and all this stuff. But the reason why I like everything on, including the dragon, including the harbinger, including the fireland, including all the corners, is just because options. My favourite characters are the Black Witch, are the Amazon. It's why I want the Pathfinder, because you get choices. And I would rather take the ability to explore over the ability to win the game. If you gave me the Sprite or the Amazon, I will take the Amazon. The Sprite will win me the game, or gives me a better chance of winning the game, because she's a spellcaster. She'll burn spells, burn spells, burn spells. She'll take your followers, she'll take your strength, she'll boost her strength, she'll get a load of gold, she'll go buy a flail, and all this stuff, and that is how you win the game. That's not Talisman to me. If winning the game was the core goal of Talisman, there'd be more balance to it. The Alchemist and the Leprechaun couldn't exploit the city. The Ninja couldn't exploit the Netherrealm endings. They will be nerfed. They will have been balanced so everyone has a fair chance of winning. But Talisman is about the journey, not the destination, to use the cliche. It's the reason why you can spend 5 hours playing the game, then get toaded, then get someone puts the Reaper on you and casts Misfortune, and you can still have had fun during the process. The fun isn't that end bit where you get to say, I win. That's just the bonus. Hey, Sinjid Ninja! Late to the party, but not late enough to miss a draw. You didn't want to be in the draw. I remember saying that to you now. I can take you out of it, but if you want to talk, feel free. Glad that you managed to come and see us again, Dreaming Dice. We'll be back on Tuesday with a Vermintide 2 stream. We've only got one Vermintide 2 key to give out, and we're going to give it out almost immediately, because hopefully we can find someone to give it to that will then come and play the game with us. That is the plan for Tuesday. 8 PM UK time, Vermintide 2. Thank you, Ninja. I do like to monologue. It's one of my favourite things to do in life. Antigram's called you out, Atog. Said you've surpassed your stats from the last stream and you are steamrolling the AI. Can you try and just complete the game instead of trying to make the AI die? I know they are one and the same, but you could go and just complete the ending. I need to make up like 3,500 steps in the next hour and a half. And I ain't running. Thank you very much, Ninja. That is very noble of you. Unlike some other potatoes. Not that I'm calling you a potato, Ninja. I just wanted to call Talisman Island a potato. Brillig, you best catch up before the Woodland gets released. We've got a boss fight going. I'm not joining this boss fight. I'm going to let you do it on your own. Hey Josh! I hope you enjoyed whatever it was that you were doing. Jethro, you missed it. We beat the Beast and Cadaris, the two strongest bosses in the hat. It's why I'm not joining in. In fact, we had so many people join the boss fight earlier, the boss didn't turn up. It's Talisman, am I right? Yes. In fact, it's only been 2 and a bit hours. This is a quick Talisman game. Winner! Winner! Chicken dinner! Woo! I feel like that was a team effort. Congrats, ATOG, but I feel like we all got you there. Let's do, right, betting, winner, 1. Did no one bet on you? Where's the betting? There were 4 bets and they were all on me. Sorry, guys. Wow. Sorry. Since the Vampire Hunter can nullify an event by drawing another card instead, why does a day-night event still count for when playing Lightbringers? A bug. The Vampire Hunter can nullify an event, but the day and night cycle counts because it triggers on reveal. What Junt's just said. Jesh! Look what Atog's just said! That's fighting talk! Next week. Oh no, we're doing Fighting Fantasy Legends next week. The week after must be a Talisman stream. Chesh must defend her honour. We'll all defend Chesh's honour. Can't be having that. And I got no XP. Nothing to show for being here except this stream. That's it. That's the stream done. That's the Woodsman. Half the people in this stream currently won't have even seen the Woodsman in play. So, what the Woodsman does is he starts with a big axe that he gets an extra +1 off. That's his big thing. He has 4 strength, he gets an axe from the start, 5 strength, and gets a bonus for that axe, 6 strength. That's what you need to know from this stream. If you take anything from the stream, Woodsman starts with 6 strength. What Junt said, Talisman is semantics, it is splitting hairs. It is different ways of saying the same thing, and saying the same thing in different ways. Talisman Island is quick to highlight The bonus does come in battle. But yes, on technicality it is dealt differently, as Junt is explaining. So congratulations, Atog, on your victory. And on your win earlier. I will get you a Fighting Fantasy Legends key tomorrow. I have messaged myself, so hopefully I will remember to check my own messages. So Tuesday next week is going to be a Vermintide 2 stream. Make sure you're early for that, because we're going to give out the one key we have for the game at the start of the stream. And hopefully, if you're available, winner, you'll be able to come and join us in the game. Thursday of next week is Fighting Fantasy Legends. And then beyond that, we've not really planned anything. We potentially still have a Ticket to Ride key if that random person who turned up on Tuesday's stream doesn't claim it. So maybe we'll do another Ticket to Ride stream. We had a few suggestions on Tuesday of what to play. Can't remember what they were though. My bad. If you would like to see us play Talisman with a certain expansion, with a certain character, Talisman the Horus Heresy, Fighting Fantasy Legends, Vermintide 2, Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, Armello? Do I have Armello? Armello might not be an Asmodee game. No, it's not. Carcassonne, Cult Express, Herald, Honorim, Pathfinder. Oh, which of these games are out? I don't know. Splendor. There's a whole host of Asmodee games, and you know what? If enough people ask for a game that I don't own, Nomad will get it for me. If you guys so would like us to play a certain game and we don't have it, we'll get it. Why not Talisman with Firelands Harbinger and Dragon? Concursus, I am up for that. I am game for that. Oh, have I missed anything? Has anyone asked for anything whilst I wasn't paying attention? No. What do you guys... Danny, is the doodle anywhere near me? Or is it upstairs? If a large number of people start asking for a doodle, we may have to up it, because Danny doesn't just doodle. She actually does proper full sketches. And it takes her ages, and they're really high quality. Curious, what would you say gave a negative review to the game, but it was funny review that you... Thong, I would have to go and read... Ask me that question next week. I will go and sift through our reviews and find a funny negative review. I will find an answer to that question. Yeah, we've not done a Netherrealm stream, because typically obviously the Netherrealm only appears when it is the ending. We should do a Netherrealm stream. I like the Netherrealm. Is it out yet? Is it not in beta, or has it actually been released? The Lost Realms is the Highland Woodland equivalent of the Deep Realms. So the little expansion that sits in between the city and dungeon, there's a little expansion. Sorry, John. There is a massive, mega, largest expansion you've ever seen that is only 6 spaces that sits between the Highland and the Woodland. Brillig! That's a very good thing that you raise. If anyone is on Twitch, well, obviously, if you're watching this, you're watching via Twitch or YouTube. YouTube, you have a Google form link. Twitch, there is a button that's got the Nomad swirl and it says vote now. Click on that and that will take you through to a vote. You can click as many options as you want. And we did a special live stream of Physical Talisman ages ago for the charity special effect. It went well. We figured out how to set up a live stream that does of a physical game, and we are looking to do it again. Every game that is on that list is a game that Nomad has access to, either because it's in the office or because someone in the office owns it. Vote on it, and at some point we will do another stream. Currently leading by a massive mile is Talisman. Surprise! The Talisman fans want to see us play Talisman. Second, by a decent margin, is Dungeons and Dragons. So if you want us to do Dungeons and Dragons, go and vote on that form. I like your suggestion, Story Ends. We'll mass produce them. It's realm, it's big. Just reading your comment, Danny. The Lost Realms was never ratified by Fighting Fantasy and Fantasy Flight and Games Workshop. I think at the point where the Lost Realms came into existence, Fantasy Flight and Games Workshop had already agreed that they wouldn't make any additional content, so the Lost Realm wasn't added to the package. I may be making that up though. That's my unofficial non-Nomad guessing guess. Spyfall. Right, I don't have Spyfall, but if more people want Spyfall... No, wait. Are you looking at the list? Yes, Spyfall's on that list. Connect 4. I see a few people have clicked on the vote now option. Right, I'm going. But before I go, I will do one final giveaway. Lurkers, here is your final call to win some content. If you would like to win Talisman, the base game, or an expansion, Talisman, the Horus Heresy base game, or an expansion, or characters, Backgammon Blitz, Lapland Solitaire, or Fighting Fantasy Legends, leave a comment in the chat. You have 1 minute, and then I am doing my passing draw and then leaving. Let's go and catch some Pokemon. Woo! And then I shall go and walk about Frodsham, listening to some podcasts, or a podcast. I won't have time to listen to multiple ones, and I shall catch some Pokemon. That is my final plan for the evening. I'm going to go into Frodsham, go to the park, catch some Pokemon, listen to some Adventure Zone, come home, probably fall asleep on the couch watching Siege Pro League. Beat that for a night. Pokemon! In the meanwhile, do a sit-up. One! The Found Realms. That's what we should do. I will make my sick wife some tea. A cup of tea. Don't hug her. That's how you get ill. That's how it spreads. Right, and the final winner for the evening is going to be... Drumroll. I'm very tempted to run and get my bass just to annoy John, and I will play a bass line. Bum 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 bum. Just for you. I'm not contagious, you spoon. Which podcast are you into? Not another D&D podcast. The Adventure Zone, which is a D&D podcast. Cortex with Mike Hurley and CGP Grey. Hello Internet with CGP Grey and Brady Harron. And No Such Thing as a Fish, which is a podcast from the QI Elves. I would highly recommend Cortex and Not Another D&D podcast, though. Northron, I'm going. It's nice of you to turn up. We're just about to do a draw. You may win some free stuff. Thanks for coming. Right. The final winner is... Where's the magic hat? There's the magic hat. Concursus! You are today's final winner. Congratulations. I should have got a spoon with the couscous. Just for the shape of the bowl. What would you like to have won? That's the question. Good night, Texter. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, next Tuesday, 8 PM UK time for Vermintide 2. We will give out one key for Vermintide 2 and then a few more keys for Nomad stuff. And then on the Thursday, we will be doing Fighting Fantasy Legends. And what I might try and remember to do is grab some keys before I leave the office so I can just hand them out in the stream. Thanks for joining us, Storyans. Oh, Sinjid Ninja did it. They spammed the prize button. Hey, the other games count, yeah. Would you like a Fighting Fantasy Legends key as well? Freechy, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you, Brillig. I hope to be a success. I should do kind of like a prizes Talisman, prizes Horus, prizes other command. I might do that. Although someone may have to remind me before the start of the next stream. Hey, Gamling! By hey, I mean bye. Bye, Gamling! Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again sometime soon, where there will be more free content up for grabs. If you would like to get notifications for when we are going live, because we don't really post everywhere and annoy people via other social media, follow or subscribe if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Following or subscribing is a good way to get a little bump when we're live, and that way you know to come and say hi, at least to get in the magic hat, at the minimum. See you, Garnier. Have we played Friday the 13th? I have not played it, but I've watched near enough every YouTuber that I watch. Everyone's played it. Goodbye, Bish. Thanks for joining us. See you, Lemmy. Thanks for joining. See you, Chesh. Thanks for coming along. Right, Concursus, you've heard this. You know the deal. I don't have Fighting Fancy keys on me. I'm in work tomorrow. I'll grab a key and send you it via a whisper. Right, Concursus. You know what? I'm gonna type your actual name down so I remember what it is. Guy randomly showing up. FFL. There we go. Message complete. Semplia. I think that was how Google Translate said it. Sam clear. Thanks, Sam clear. Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you, Myers. Thank you, everyone. It's been a very full and fun stream. Thank you all for keeping me company. Keeping me company makes streaming easier. We'll see you on Tuesday, 8 PM start, if you want to get that Vermintide 2 key and play with us. And Thursday for a Fighting Fantasy Legend stream. Take care all. I will see you in the next video. To steal a line. I'll see you next week. Thanks all.